Hi, good morning, Sir FC, classmates, local and abroad. I hope you're doing great. I am pretty well also enjoying this. Again, I am my Carlo Comia. I'll be discussing operations analysis and methods engineering. What is operations analysis? Operations analysis is a study of an operation with the aim of identifying opportunities for improvements. It has so many uses and is sometimes called operational research or methods engineering. And how it is started. Operations research began in the First World War, when scientific research was used to improve military operations with huge success. Since then, the discipline has expanded and spread with government, business, healthcare, banking, education, defense, sport, and beyond, where it continues to enable evidence-based decision-making this day. Now we go to effective and efficient. Both effective and efficient generally mean having an effect, but each word has its own distinctive applications. Effective is an adjective used to describe success in producing desired result, while efficient is also an adjective used to describe productive human and machine. Now let me go through operations analysis objectives. I list down here three. I have increased productivity, reduced cost and time, improved safety and quality. Increased productivity. Productivity describe various measures of the efficiency of production. Often, a productivity measure is expressed as the ratio of an aggregate output used in production process. Example, output per unit of input typically over a specific period of time. Okay, let me go through my second objective, which is reduced cost and time. Cost management is an essential part of the organization's strategy. It helps reduce costs and increase profit, which also enhance business performance. Here are three considerations. Exploit available space to smaller business with complementary services. Prioritize employee effectiveness. Monitor appropriate use of capital. I'll go through a third objective, and that is improve safety. Increase flexibility of work system, improve worker safety, apply more ergonomic methods, enhance environment both inside and outside of facility. Last is improve quality. In business, engineering, and manufacturing, quality has a pragmatic interpretation as the non-inferiority or superiority of something. It's also defined as being suitable for its intended purpose, fitness for purpose, while satisfying customers' expectations. Okay, now let me discuss about methods engineering and operations analysis. Methods engineering is the analysis and design of work methods and systems, including the tooling, equipment, technologies, workplace layout, plant layout, and work environment. Other names for methods engineering: work study, work simplification, method study, process re-engineering, and business process re-engineering. Methods engineering can be divided into two areas: methods analysis and methods design. Methods analysis is concerned with the study of an existing methods or process, and here are the objectives: eliminate unnecessary and non-value adding work elements, combine elements and operations, rearrange elements into more logical sequence, and simplify remaining elements and operations. Okay, I'm now done with the operations analysis and methods engineering, and that's end my presentation. Thank you.
Steps in systematic approach in methods engineering. Steps 1. Define the problem and objectives. Number 1. Problem. In methods engineering study, problem may include low productivity, high cost, inefficient method, or the needs to new operation or methods. Number 2, defining the objectives. This is the desire for improvement or a new method's design. This is the application of new scientific methods, techniques, and tools to problem. Number 3, defining the possible objectives. The possible objectives is to increase productivity, reduce labor content and cost, improve safety, or develop a new method or new operation. Step 2. Analyzing the problem. In analyzing the problem, we have to identify the basic functions of the operation. Number 2, gather background information. This background information should indicate the root of the problem being studied, being investigated, and promote confidence for the overall quality of the operation. Number 3, observe the existing process or similar process if the problem involves to a new design. 4, collect the data of the existing operation and document it in detail and in a format that gives itself for examination. 5, conduct experiment on the process. 6, develop a mechanical model of the process or utilize an existing mathematical model. 7, perform a computer simulation of the process. 8, use the charting technique.
Step 3. Formulate alternatives. There are always multiple ways to perform a task or accomplish a process, some of which are more efficient and effective than others. The purpose of this step in the problem-solving approach that is not to identify the best alternative, but to formulate all of the alternatives that are feasible. Alternative formulation is a system process that proceeds from the general to detailed. Alternatives should initially be presented as general concepts. Estimate of impacts on planning objectives should be made. Infeasible alternatives should be discarded. Inferior alternative should be identified. Promising alternatives should be analyzed in greater details. Step 4. Evaluate alternatives and select the best. This step consists of a systematic assessment of the alternatives and the selection of the best solution among them, based on the original definition of the problem and objectives. Formulating and evaluating alternatives. We need to define, to help formulate, and evaluate alternatives plan, and to assist which alternatives best address the planning objectives. Initial alternatives will be developed and evaluated best consistent with 4 criteria on problem objectives, including 1. Effectiveness, 2. Efficiency, 3. Acceptability, and 4. Completeness. Each criteria is described in the following section with examples of types of merits that will be considered. Initial alternatives will be evaluated on their relative ability to meet each of criteria. First, effectiveness. Effectiveness is the extent to which a plan alleviates problem and achieves objectives. Efficiency. Efficiency is the extent to which an alternative plan is the most cost-effective means of alleviates specified problem solving. Third, acceptability. Acceptability is the workability and viability of the alternative plan with respect to acceptance by entities and publics and compatibility with existing law, regulation, and public policies. Completeness. Completeness is an indication of the extent to which an alternative provides and accounts for all necessary investments or other action to ensure that realization of the planned effects. The completeness of each alternative will be identified through a determination that all necessary components and action are identified, including the adequate mitigation of significant adverse impacts and degree of certainty or reliability of achieving the intended objectives. That means that more than half of the people are clueless or don't know how to tell which technology is better or make the right choices. Maybe we should stop using terms like better, worse, best, and shallow comparison when evaluating alternatives. Instead, we should focus on the benefits of each solution, the disadvantages, and which one is better fit for our problem solving.
How to apply systematic approach of engineering, implement best methods. On how to implement best methods are to blame for and add conjunction with many aspects of the company. Their skill set must reflect both a breadth and depth of data from a myriad of areas. Root highlights several best practices employed by operational managers to extend productivity, decrease waste, and generate profit. We have 4 kinds of best methods, and these are equipment upgrades, communication, coordination, revenue collection, and lastly is training. For the meaning of equipment upgrades, one amongst the responsibilities of an operation manager is to research work functions and determine what equipment upgrades would improve productivity. Second, communication coordination. Improve communication within a company can increase productivity when information is shipped from one department to a different quickly and accurately. It can speed up the pace at which the corporate can operate and ensures that each one necessary parties get the data they have to be productive. And third, revenue collection. The operation manager is responsible of billing and revenue collection. By analyzing revenue collection procedures, the operation manager can create ways of collecting revenue quickly to create sure the corporate has cash readily available. And lastly is training. Operational managers work with the human resources department and departmental managers to develop more efficient ways for workers to try to their jobs. Analyzing work functions is one amongst the various tasks that an operation manager performs day by day. Those working operation analysis must engage all told sorts of appraisal with a selected emphasis on effective decision making to fulfill the wants of stakeholders and also the goals of the corporate, bringing innovation and cutting-edge best practices to the areas of quality management, internal control, delivery, supply chain, and data management is what makes the difference between a thought successful company and an organization that dominates their share of the marketplace. The next is the next part is audit the study. Audit study for operation analysis auditing is one amongst the management consultancy services whose significance is on the increase day by day. This approach is clearly a scientific and methodical process accustomed to evaluate economic savings of monetary processes in organizations, and also the results of the evaluation are reported to interested people together with some comments to enhance operational processes. Accordingly, it appears that the right employment of the prevailing rationale in operational auditing are often a major step towards the development of monetary efficiency. Operational auditing contains a number of great advantages, inducting a stronger method of controlling financial operation within Iranian banks. Efficient planning within the future, facilitating efficient, appropriate, and accurate management, deciding, and sound evaluation of managers' financial operations. Due to opinions on decentralization and therefore the integral management of organization which have gradually been generally adopted, changes are going down in their design and control. The so-called integral management concept assumes that more responsibilities are included in administration because the deciding at strategic level can now not depend upon extensive constructed staff departments. A second opinion function should be incorporated within the decision-making cycle. Operational auditing as a second opinion function will concentrate on the infrastructure of organization and knowledge. And that is the part of our discussion, our part in topic 2, operational analysis. Thank you and have a nice day.
Let's kill this love. Pam 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 pampalipas oras ka lang. Pampalipas oras ka lang. together.
Stuck on you. I got this feeling now.